r/askreddit. What is a massive American scandal that most people seem to not know about? The Church of Scientology blackmailed and threatened IRS people to get their tax-exempt status. In terms of political scandals that were major at the time but hardly remembered today. Asterisk the abscom, https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/abscam, operation. The FBI set up a fake Arab investment company and offered various state and federal officials bribes to pass bills that would better enable their investment process. It led to the convictions of half a dozen representatives and a senator for bribery. Asterisk the Keating 5, https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Keating_5. In 1989, in the midst of the savings and loan crisis, banker Charles Keating was charged with fraud and racketeering. During the investigation, 5 senators to whom he donated substantial sums, including John Glenn and McCain, were accused of having pressured federal regulators to drop previous cases against Keating. The Senate Ethics Committee found that none of them had formally broken any laws, but found 3 of them were implicated enough to be formally censured. Asterisk the House banking scandal, https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/house_banking_scandal. It was revealed that numerous congressmen had been overdrawing their office accounts with zero financial accountability. It resulted in the convictions of 3 former representatives and the House Sergeant-at-Arms for bribery and corruption. Asterisk the Abramoff, https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Jack_Abramoff, scandals. Jack Abramoff was a federal lobbyist, primarily involved in gambling and Indian tribal law, who was convicted of defrauding and overbilling Indian tribal councils he was representing to the tunes of tens of millions of dollars. Investigations also revealed that he was giving unlicensed gifts to congressmen, leading to a representative being convicted of accepting bribes and the Deputy Secretary of the Interior being convicted of obstruction of justice. The absolute and cataclysmic failure of the foster care system. How many kickbacks large corporations got from care back in 2020 while the rest of us got $1,200 and a 6-month wait for unemployment. DA given to pregnant women from 1940 until 1971. It gave girls who were born after prenatal exposure a much higher risk of several cancers, including one cancer that no one else gets. It also causes an inability to carry pregnancies in some women who were exposed to it before birth. Boys born after exposure were cryptorchid and had a high rate of micropenis. There was a registry for these children so they could be tracked for medical needs and if other effects cropped up, but Congress did away with the registry. The changes that DA caused to gene expression are heritable, and it is now affecting DA granddaughters and great-granddaughters. While Congress has funded continuing research on effects, there is no registry anymore, so no possibility that DA daughters will ever see any compensation. The FDA approved the drug for use in pregnant women based on a single non-blind study. The for-profit juvenile detention system. Basically, judges in Pennsylvania were intentionally handing out harsher sentences because these for-profit juvenile prisons contributed to the judges' campaign. In PA they elect their judges, which blows my mind for this very reason, but that's another story. That Americans granted immunity to the physicians of Unit 731 in exchange for providing America with all the research they had conducted on biological warfare as well as the data from all of their human experimentation. Pretty fucked up. Unit 731, https://en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/unit_731. The business plot against FDR. Wall Street tried to lead a coup against sitting President FDR. The media destroyed Gary Webb's career because he exposed the C.I.A's connection to cocaine. Newspapers like the New York Times later apologized. Those Turpin siblings that escaped being chained to their beds by their shitty parents? Happy ending, right? Yeah, no. Turns out their foster parents ended up abusing them even worse, and now a bunch of them are suing. Edited to add, I'm not American and this update did not make international news at all. Nobody I've spoken to about this knew of the update. Tuskegee Syphilis Study. It was a 40-year-long study conducted between 1932 and 1972 by the U.S. Public Health Service that involved 400 African American men with syphilis who were not informed of their condition or given proper treatment in order to study the progression of the disease. Not sure how big a deal it is in America, but I read Empire of Pain recently, and the opioid crisis and the behavior of basically everyone involved with the Sackler family and its companies was absolutely shocking. The business plot, https://en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/business_plot. Smedley Butler alleged that a cadre of Wall Street bigwigs approached him, through a bond salesman, to lead an army of 500,000 men on Washington, overthrow FDR, and install Butler as a dictator. It was laughed off as it could never happen, but the committee assigned to investigate it discovered that basically the plan was already finished, and the conspirators were just waiting to pull the trigger. The move bombing in Philadelphia. https://en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/1985_move_bombing. Residential schools. Native children taken from their families, forced to assimilate to white culture, and were often abused, starved, and killed. Around 4,100 dead kids were found buried in unmarked graves underneath residential schools in Canada and the US. The number is expected to rise. There were around 300 residential schools in the US. The last one closed in 1996. The education system is failing kids due to the stupid reading recovery program that doesn't work. The NYC mayor's wife misplaced a whole lot of money and nobody seems to care. Edit. Warren Wilhelm, more commonly known as Bill de Blasio, appointed his wife, who then proceeded to lose $850 million. Edit 2. https://en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/Chirlane_McRae. The CIA trafficking cocaine to the US to sell to drug dealers to fund death squads in Central America. Also the general incompetence of the CIA. Here is one going on right now. Congress enacted the First Step Act. This was to help relieve overpopulation of the prison system. You can earn early federal release. It's really hard to earn the time off. You have to meet very specific requirements. And the time you can earn off is limited as well. To give context, if you have a first-time offense of 10 years, you can potentially earn about 1 year off. And 1 year of extra re-entry housing. Add your 15% off for good behavior, and you still serve lots of time. Here is the scandal: the BOP refuses to award First Step Act credit. They were required to have a completed program by Congress. And said nope. There are thousands of men and women, myself included, still serving time they shouldn't because the BOP refuses to release them. Ohio right now? Edit. Who doesn't love the smell of cancer in the morning? Big sniff. Edit 2. Thank you on the kind awards. Honestly didn't expect to see the traction this note got. The public have an insatiable curiosity to know everything, except what is worth knowing. Oscar Wilde. Again, thank you, kind strangers. The massive trafficking, abandonment, and unregulated rehoming of adopted children. People putting up advertisements trying to give away the children they have adopted like they are dogs in a shelter, including many adopted from foreign countries. Go to Africa, pick up a cute black child to show everyone how godly you are. Abuse them when they aren't grateful enough and then give them away someone from Facebook. Big banks knowingly caused the economic depression and housing market crash in 2008 because they were essentially guaranteed to be bailed out by taxpayers. And they're doing it again. The Teapot Dome scandal and the Iran-Contra affair were both pretty sketch. While these are both very well-known scandals in the history community, they are far less known among the general public. Pretty much everything Henry Kissinger did in his entire career. The fact that he's not locked away for crimes against humanity is truly remarkable. That Pfizer and the rest of the pharmaceutical industry is responsible for a massive amount of the advertising you see on TV, and that it's only legal to advertise pharmaceuticals in the US and I believe New Zealand. Dennis Hastert was Speaker of the House and served prison time for sexually abusing boys. He was longest-serving Republican Speaker from 1999 to 2007. After he left, he was investigated in 2015 for paying hush money. The hush money was to cover up sexual abuse back when Hastert was wrestling coach. He only served 15 months. I think it was overshadowed by 2016 election and because Hastert was forgotten after leaving Congress and wasn't well-known speaker. Iran-Contra, or the full scale of Epstein and Maxwell, coincidentally they're related to face with tears of joy. Systematic propaganda campaign by oil companies to convince Americans that global warming was not real after their own scientists' conclusions. Just the scale of the result, and for a few decades of corporate profits, is one of the most depressing developments for humanity, in the history of humanity. https://news.harvard.edu/gazette/story/2021/09/ Oil companies discourage climate action study says/ https://news.harvard.edu/gazette/story/2021/09/ oil-companies-discourage-climate-action-study-says https://www.theguardian.com/business/2023/jan/12/exxon climate change global warming research https://www.theguardian.com/business/2023/jan/12/climate-change-global-warming-research https://www.newyorktimes.com/2023/01/12/climate/exxonmobil global warming climate change.html https://www.newyorktimes.com/2023/01/12/climate/exxon-mobil-global-warming-climate-change.html and #X200B. This is not unknown, but given the staggering scale of what happened here, I can't believe that basically nothing is being done. Shrug. What are you going to do? The Tulsa Race Massacre. 35 square blocks. https://n.wikipedia.org/wiki/tulsa_race_massacre. Chinese police stations in U.S. It's apparently a real thing and the FBI is monitoring them. https://www.cnn.com/2022/12/04/world/China overseas police stations intlcmd/index.html https://www.cnn.com/2022/12/world/China-overseas police-stations-intl-cmd/index.html. The reason that refugees flee political instability in Central and South America is because the US government routinely destabilized those countries whenever the local government got sick of US corporations fucking them over. But hey, we needed bananas and a canal man shrugging medium light skin tone. That the Saudis are responsible for 9/11. So this one isn't just America, but I still find it wild. During WW2 Churchill asked FDR for America to manufacture and ship anthrax bombs to England. The plan was to shoot them into highly populated cities in Germany should England ever be about to fall. The plan was cancelled after a certain point because of production issues and they had Germany on their back foot at that point, but it still amazes me that no one ever talks about this. The DuPont scandal. DuPont Chemical dumped thousands of tons of chemical waste containing a long-chain fluorocarbon also known as PFOA into waterways in Parkersburg, West Virginia. These chemicals were found to directly cause cancer and birth defects. Unfortunately, the irresponsible disposal and manufacturing of this chemical didn't just affect America. Trace amounts of PFOAs can be found in virtually every single living creature on Earth. Continued failure to provide adequate mental health care for veterans and the wider population in general. So many issues directly linked to this. But no, we need to investigate a president's son's laptop. The 80s war on drugs. A war on the drugs our government purposely introduced to minority communities. The FBI knew the pedophile Larry Nassar was a molesting child gymnast and allowed him to continue for years. They went so far as to falsify the testimony of the victims. No one at the FBI has been punished. Nassar was sentenced in 2017. Operation Snow White, absolutely gonzo stuff. The Church of Scientology successfully infiltrated the government at high levels and purged records which were unfavorable to L. Ron Hubbard. https://en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/operation_snow_white number $:text=$(%20 program $2C Scientology $20 operatives Hubbard $20 left wife $20 of $20 founder $20 L. Lobbying, more generally just the existence of money in politics. Burning chemicals to fix a train derailment.